I feel like moving to New Orleans and putting him in school there was a good move for keeping him humble. He's just around a lot of like sweet, nice, normal kids. And also around a lot of kids who get disciplined, may have similar discipline.
She's the boss. It's little Blue Ivy telling her high-powered parents to calm down at the Grammys. It was a hilarious moment as she politely turns to Beyonce and then Jay-Z as if to say, chill out.
We all joke about Blue Ivy being the manager since she's always laying down the law. But girl, there might be more truth to that vibe than we realize. Word is that she's secretly turning into a proper Hollywood diva after she blew up on the Cowboy Carter tour, and none of the extended family members can stand her posh behavior. Apparently, that stunt we saw with Blue refusing to take off her glasses at the Met Gala was nothing compared to how she bosses everyone around behind the scenes. And while Beyonce and Jay-Z are okay with indulging their air, Solange is officially done with Blue's nightmare behavior. And she's telling Bey and Jay-Z to check it now, considering they're always on her for how Jules behaves.
It sounds like that we just gotta make sure it's not gonna distract from how nice everything else is.
We're wasting our time over fingers. You need rest.
Okay, F. So we know that Blue Ivy is the undisputed princess of pop royalty and that she has no problem telling her parents what to do and expecting them to go along with it. We also saw Blue acknowledge her manager title at the Cowboy Carter tour, and we got to see her play into it a few times on tour. From the outside looking in, it's cute to see Blue Ivy take up space and have Queen Bee of all people listen to her when she talks. And her behavior has been pretty consistent over the years after people first saw her shush her parents during the 2018 Grammy Awards. I mean, Mama Tina even said Blue isn't afraid to call her up and tell her she stepped out of line. Blue would even go further to tell her grandma what she thinks she should do, and it's up to her to take it or leave it.
Every once in a while I'll get a call from Blue and she'll say, Grandma, that's really whack what you just did. That's really whack. You should delete that. Really, you should delete that.
And do you listen?
No. I'm like, girl, I'm on to the next thing.
But for those who actually have to deal with it day in and day out, it gets tiring having a 14-year-old always trying to boss you around. And for us to understand where this is coming from, you have to go back and see what Beyonce and Jay have said about raising their daughter. When he came on Oprah's Masterclass, Jay talked about how his daughter would get the best of everything and that she's probably going to be the most spoiled kid ever. He added, I imagine I'll take things I learned from my mom and things I've learned from raising my nephews and apply that. Then at the end of the day, I just know I'll probably have the worst spoiled little kid ever. And Jay meant it when he said Blue was going to be spoiled because she's been living the lifestyle of a rich heir from the moment she was born. They spent $1.5 million on Blue's nursery with a solid gold rocking horse as her first toy. When she was still a toddler, Jay-Z paid $1 million a year to rent a suite at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn and added a space filled with toys for Blue Ivy so that he could watch the games with his daughter around. She had her own personal stylist, designer clothes, confidence coach, and bodyguards before she could even talk. On top of that, her parents made her one of the youngest Grammy winners at just 9 years old in 2021 for her contribution to Brown Skin Girl. Some would say there's nothing wrong with Queen Bee and Jay-Z doing the most for their daughter, considering how Beyonce has struggled with fertility issues. But reports say that the Carters took it a little too far, and Solange sees Blue Ivy's upbringing as a recipe for disaster. Blue is reportedly getting used to having a lot of authority, especially now that her parents are giving her more visibility in the public eye. It's already been pretty much established that Beyonce plans to hand over her crown to her daughter. Blue Ivy definitely knows it, too, and she was reportedly making major demands during the Cowboy Carter tour, like getting her own VIP dressing room and an around-the-clock team to help her. Allegedly, she bosses around her extended family, too. We've seen many cases where a celebrity gets called out for letting fame and constant adoration get into their head, to the point that they become arrogant and rude. We've seen it with James Corden and Ellen DeGeneres, music, and if adults end up struggling with this, it's not too far off for Blue Ivy to fall into it, too, especially when she's been pretty insulated all her life. And by the way, Matthew Knowles has also called out her parents for indulging her every chance they get. Matthew knows that Blue Ivy can be anything she wants because he is fully prepared to buy her way in. He said, if Blue Ivy wants to be a doctor when she grows up, music, then they would figure out how to buy a hospital. If she wants to be a basketball player, I already own a WNBA team, so she can play there. And if she wants to be a singer, then she would be very happy. Then there's Mama Tina, who always goes on about how amazing Blue Ivy is at just about everything.
Is a hard worker. She's a little boss already. They call her my manager for sure.
Oh, really?
Oh,
In
yeah,
what way?
all the time. I'm with Blue in Paris, and we go to this play, and I'm sneaking and videotaping, and she's saying, Grandma, you're not supposed to video. And she's always bossing me around.
I love that.
So, when everyone around her is constantly calling her a prodigy, golden child, telling her that she could do no wrong, and then she comes on the internet and sees millions praising her all the time, it feeds her ego and gives Blue a pass to act like she's above everyone. Even if it was hard to see before, given how carefully managed the Carters' image is, Blue laid it out on the table at the Met Gala when she refused to take off her glasses. It's one thing for her not to listen to the publicist and stylist when they asked her, but for Blue Ivy to completely dismiss her father when he came up to her was something else. And Beyoncé just stood beside her saying nothing. And it's probably because Bey knew that Blue wasn't going to listen to anything she said. Allegedly, this has also played in the relationship between Solange and Beyoncé. Solange believes that Beyoncé was always quick to criticize her for the way she was bringing up Jules, but when it comes to Blue, she turns a blind eye. Solange sees it as problematic since her niece is still at that age where she should be open to instruction and guidance. And the request for her to take off her glasses was so simple that there really shouldn't have been pushback to it. But as much as Solange is free to say whatever she's noticed with her niece, the Beehive isn't here for it. Not when her own son Jules is out here looking crazy. Solange has always come off as a bit more grounded and free-spirited than Beyoncé. And it's said that she doesn't wait to discipline Jules when he steps out of line. She's been super vocal about keeping Jules out of the Hollywood bubble and teaching him the value of $1 so that he respects hard work. But maybe it went in one ear and came out through the other because it looks like you'd always catch Jules in some mess. This year alone, he's already been called out for the stunt he pulled with the gay community. He also got some major side eye when he debuted his relationship with 40-year-old ex-con Tommy Lee, who is also 20 years older than him. And who can forget how he treated Sky Jackson when their relationship ended? He posted intimate texts between him and Sky on a group chat. He claimed that she cheated on him when they were together, and he's doing it for revenge. Jules also said some degrading stuff about Sky, like how he got her real good and addicted, and then just left her. But whether or not Solange needs to worry about Jules, people still see some truth to what she's saying. And it's better for Bey and Jay-Z to get it under control now because the same internet praising her would turn on her in a heartbeat. And the Carters are famous enough to know that the internet doesn't play fair. Sighs. I blame the parents, not the child. They're creating a monster, so I pray that they wake up. Today's children need to hear the word no more often. You can see it right there at the Met Gala that Blue Ivy doesn't obey her parents. It's not good at all when children don't obey their parents, especially if it's their dad. So, do you think this is regular teenager behavior, or is it something that Bey and Jay-Z have to worry about? Sound off in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. Bye, baddies.